In today's video, I'm going to share the 4 signs to look out for about a man coming on too strong and what you can do if he is. Here's a letter I got from a woman named Linda. Dear Sandy, I had 3 dates with a very nice and kind man. How do I tell him to slow down and don't get so excited so fast that this is it? I've never had this happen to me before. He's very, very sweet, yet he's coming on too strong for me. We have had fun on our last 3 dates, but I don't know how to get his expectations in check. What should I do? Help! Men who tell you this is it before they know you well are coming on too strong, especially for you. For some people, this type of instant attraction really can work, but it makes you uncomfortable. And when men come on that strong at the beginning, many people immediately call this love bombing. What is love bombing? Wikipedia defines it as an attempt to influence a person by demonstrations of attention and affection. It happens when someone overwhelms the victim with loving words, physical actions, with manipulative behaviors. It can be used in different ways and for either positive or negative purposes. So that's not so clear if love bombing is bad or good. And some people love bomb at the end of a relationship. When a relationship is ending, they come on strong trying to get you to stay. But what else can this be? This situation that Linda described. It is not necessarily love bombing. This man could be exhibiting some narcissistic behaviors, which means that he's trying hard to win you over with extreme affection because he is insecure. And once he gets you, he will not want you, probably, because that's a typical narcissistic cycle. Or he might be looking to fill an emotional void quickly with a woman who gives him the attention he's craving. And this happens often with widowers or people who are just out of a marriage or a relationship, a long-term relationship, and they want a relationship so badly. And this can be a woman or a man. It can happen to us. We can be the one who also moves too quickly because of our own insecurities or our own emotional void, that we want it so badly. That's why we fantasize and we do all kinds of crazy things when we're in a place of scarcity and not abundance. And the problem with this type of behavior is this man doesn't truly see you. So whatever it's coming from, wherever it's coming from, this is, to me, that this person is projecting an ideal onto you and not really seeing you clearly. This type of extreme adoration can feel stifling, not flattering. And when men come on this strong, it can make you feel like you're choking, like you can't breathe. So here are 4 warning signs that a man is coming on too strong. The first one is too much phone or texting or emailing from the very start. I recently got 3 very enthusiastic texts in a row from a man that I met online. He was planning an over-the-top first date because he was sure that I was the one for him. And I hadn't even responded to a single text, and we hadn't talked on the phone yet. So he was already planning this whole big thing. Too much phone, text, or email at the start of a relationship can be a sign of a man who's coming on too strong. Number 2 is too much praise too soon. Have you ever had somebody say these phrases on a first phone call or a first message or a first date? You're the most amazing woman I've ever met. We are perfect for each other. Oh my God, I have never met anyone like you. You're the one. Too much praise too soon is another sign of someone coming on too strong. Number 3 is planning a future before there is one. If you've only had a few dates and he is planning A, a vacation together, B, an event that he would like to take you to a few months down the road, or C, he wants to introduce you to his parents or his kids, he's projecting a future before there is one. I once had a guy tell me on a second date that he was thinking of relocating to my area, but he couldn't move into my house because I didn't have enough room for all of his books. I didn't remember saying yes to a third date, let alone invite him to move in with me. So he was future planning, future gazing, future projecting. These are all signs that somebody's moving too fast. And the fourth one is someone who's too sexual too soon. If a guy gets sexual before you're comfortable, he's coming on too strong for you. So I want to say a caveat here. For some people, a lot of praise is actually the way they talk. Maybe they're from another country where praise is very common. Planning a future, that one scares me, but how many marriages do you know where people met and on the second date they asked that person to marry them? Happened with my in-laws. And then the sex thing, a lot of people want sex right away. So the whole thing is look at you. If it's too strong for you, you need to feel it in your body. Feel what feels off. And if it does feel off, you need to be clear about what you need instead. And that's where the boundaries come in. So the bottom line is the guy who comes on too strong for you probably doesn't have good filters and he probably has poor boundaries. You ask how, Linda asked, how she can get his expectations in check. You can communicate your feelings and concerns and see what he says. And set a boundary and tell him how you feel about his fast pace and his future focusing. See how he responds. If he gets defensive and he tells you you're too sensitive or there's something wrong with you, what he's doing is he's saying, my needs are more important than yours. And Linda also says that he's a nice guy, but nice is not enough. We often get tripped up on this, but he's so nice. Because if a guy is smothering you, that's not so nice. You want a man to respect your boundaries, whether it's physical, sexual, or emotional. And if he doesn't, I suggest you leave him and find somebody who respects you and truly sees you and appreciates you for who you are, not who they want you to be, not who some future part of you is for them, but who you truly are. And those types of relationships usually take time. That slow build is really how we make a relationship sustain.